Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a really fun topic to talk about and let you guys know all about our method of homeschooling and how I chose that and how it works for our family. First, I want to mention that this is a collab that is hosted by my friend Heidi from Boy Boss Mama. I love her so much. She's going to be sharing how she homeschools her kids and the method that she chooses, along with my friend Charlize from Sodbuster Living and Ryan from Mom on a Mission. So I'm going to link all their videos down below, so check them out after you guys watch my video and let them know that I sent you. And if you're coming from their channel, welcome. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel. I love sharing all about, our homeschool journey on here. I'm going to get right into it and share with you guys how we homeschool, and we homeschool very eclectic, which just means like picking and choosing, what works for us in different curriculums and different resources. I'd have to say, if I had a list in my head right now of the way I approach our homeschool, it would be like child-led learning, literature-based learning, which I would say, pairs together with Charlotte Mason. I love doing unit study with them for our science and our history. And then we do like classical education where we memorize things, and more of like a traditional way of homeschooling where we do workbooks for subjects like math. So I'm gonna give you a rundown of how I came to this method in our homeschooling. And I don't think it was like an overnight thing. I think it was just a matter of just a few years or so at the very beginning of trying to just find my way in this new world of homeschooling. If you're not familiar with my channel, I was homeschooled in my high school years for a little bit, but I grew up going to public school, and that's really pretty much what I knew. And so when it came for my turn to homeschool my kids, I wasn't really well equipped. I researched a lot and went on YouTube videos and learned from a lot of you guys out there. I just got to watching other people's homeschool and how they, did their day in the lives and how they taught their kids. And then I was like, okay, I can do that. That sounds interesting to me. I can do that. So I was just looking at how others approached their education and how they taught their kids. And then a lot of things resonated with me, and then just things clicked, and I was like, okay, that's how I want to teach my kids too. And then I researched and I looked into it, and I really got into literature-based learning, which is Charlotte Mason, and reading lots of good literature and read out louds, and read about all the benefits. And if you're ever looking into books that help you understand why reading is such a good benefit, there is a book called Read Out Louds by I can't remember his name, Read Out Loud Handbook or something. I think that's what it is. So there is one by him, and I think Sarah Mackenzie has one as well. So I'll try to link those down below for you guys. Also, Charlotte Mason Companion is such a good book that I have read, that I've read chapters from all throughout my homeschool journey. Every season in my life when I pick that book up, I find lots of that information helping me out. And it's just such a great book of information. There's so much stuff to it that I love. I don't do everything, like I said, I'm eclectic, so I don't go into Charlotte Mason books and take everything from it and use every method, but there's lots of nuggets of information and things that I think have really inspired me as I read that book in our homeschool journey. And then as far as our unit studies go, I mentioned with science and history, we do it because I think I enjoy doing it. I like to go to the library. I like to go on Amazon and find resources and pull them together and focus on one main theme for our science. And it gets me in a good path, in a good direction, because I'm not really into science textbooks. When I was at school, I thought that was so boring. I never felt like I learned that much in science. I don't think I loved experiments that much, but when I got into homeschooling and I could teach my own way, I was like, wait a minute, I think I like the approach of going outside in nature and learning every day, and just learning things that are just very organic and natural, and having my kids ask me specific questions about things and just researching that way. And then also taking my time to make a unit study on my own the way I like it, and taking the resources that I want to teach and reading out loud and learning that way. So that was something that I feel as a new homeschooler was super beneficial for me, is just you can make it as easy as you want, or as complex as you want. A unit study does not have to be that hard. You can go to the library, buy all the books on a specific animal, and just dive into it and just read to your kids every day, have fun with it, and then from there you are gonna explore way more things, and your kids are gonna have questions, and you're gonna go online and watch YouTube videos. So for our history, we use Story of the World, which I think is really helpful because I like to have some sort of guidance when it comes to history and teaching, you know, certain periods of times. And we were learning ancient civilization for a few years, and now we're doing Middle Ages. And so I have like the book that I read from Story of the World and the activity book, where it has like pages for them to color and questions and all that stuff. But I feel like it's a really nice curriculum that's put together for you, but you could make it your own. I actually did a whole video on how I use Story of the World with early elementary age kids and how I make it simple and easy. And if you want to check that out, I'll link that down below. But that is how we do our history and our science. It's a very unit study based approach with lots of reading. And it's just a really fun way to teach history and science. Another way we use Charlotte Mason in our homeschool is through our language arts. So now for my daughter, she uses The Good and the Beautiful, and that's very much inspired by Charlotte Mason. The way that they teach language arts and grammar and writing, and the books that they have them reading is very much inspired by her. And so we really love The Good and the Beautiful, and I would definitely highly recommend it. It's for people that might not be very knowledgeable of, you know, grammar and just, you know, writing in general. Like, there's things that I do not remember from back in elementary, so it's really helpful for me to have the book as a guide, and they have the parts where the teachers read to the children and lots of lessons where they're learning specific concepts, and it's really spiral learned. I mean, they go over lots of the concepts that they need to remember over and over again, and they do it in a really nice way where it's not boring. They don't do the same thing every day. Lots of variety, teaching them writing and grammar, literature, geography, and art studies. Another way that my kids like to learn is child-led learning, and just, you know, researching and learning about things that they really are into. So for instance, for example, my son, he is really into cars and vehicles, so I went ahead and I purchased the transportation curriculum from Gather Round, and that's a really great unit study talking all about cars and boats and military, you know, vehicles and all that fun stuff. And we've been going online and watching YouTube videos, pairing those together. So that's been a fun thing that him and I are doing together. Since he is younger, it's nice to like guide him and encourage him, and he likes going to the library. We try to go on a weekly basis and get books about certain things that they like. So that is what he's doing. And then with my daughter, she's really been into dogs and animals, so we've been getting lots of books based on her interest, and she's been doing a fun little book club with her friend where every week they pick like a breed to write about, and so they research online, they research reading books, and then they write and type their papers up, and they read it to each other when we meet every week. So it's just a fun way to have the kids do their own thing. She really enjoys reading books about dogs, so whenever she learns information, she'll write it in her notebook. And if she has ideas and of things to do that can help dogs, she writes them down. She's been learning about therapy dogs and fostering dogs and a bunch of different things like heroes that were dogs. There's books on that. So we've been learning a lot of different things, and it talks about history and geography, and it's been helping her with her writing skills and researching. So I would definitely encourage you guys to look into that and try to figure out what your kids are into nowadays, and maybe having them get into that a little bit more, because it really helps with a lot of different subjects in your school, and you don't even realize it. But she's been learning a lot, and my son's been learning a lot, and they've been doing a lot of this on their own. So it's just really nice to have them, you know, have the reins of some of their school. And once they get involved, I think they get super excited about it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining my channel today and taking the time to listen to me, and I hope you guys got something out of it. So if you did, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to link all of my friends' videos down below so you can check their videos out as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.